J-Mad is not your everyday lunch partner. He's all the way raw.
How are you going to say Black Lives Matter when the only reason you come out is when cops kill us and we don't come out when we kill ourselves? That's crazy, man.
He's all the way real.
The truth? You can't even handle the truth.
And most of all, he has his priorities right.
I want the Falcons and the Hawks to be my pallbearers at my funeral. That way they can let me down just one last time.
J-Mad gives it to you big.
Talk, well, J-Mad, he got ya right here doing God's work, bringing life after the collar. Hey, radio show, and he's doing it big. You just can't ignore J-Mad, bringing you the word. Just holla at your boy. Hey, life after the collar with J-Mad.
That's right, that's right, that's right. You're listening to Life After the Collar with your boy J-Mad on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other platforms that we're on. Even Alexa. That's right, Alexa can make it do what it do. I was having some huge technical difficulties. Did not know I was going to have those issues. But it is what it is. Shout out to all of those. I hope you all are enjoying your week. It has been a pleasurable week for me. Let me start right here. Look, I want you all to check me out. On lifeafterthecollar.com. Lifeafterthecollar.com. I see somebody over here on TikTok saying this their first time. Glad you was joined. You was invited by Dr. Tony. Okay, good to go. Here's what we're gonna do. I want y'all to follow me on all different platforms. On all of my platforms, I need y'all to follow me on YouTube, Life After the Collar. I want y'all to follow me. You can follow the group on Facebook, Life After the Collar. Follow me on TikTok. Those that's on there, keep following me. And then the easiest way to access me in any other way, go to lifeafterthecollar.com, and hook me up. Follow me. Tell me what you think of the page. It's a new page that's been up. You're going to be able to find all of my shows on there. You're going to be able to find my Life After the Collar. You're going to be able to find my Daddy Read to Me and Coffee and Conversation. If you need a booster, like an energy booster in the middle of the week, I want you to check out my Life After the my Coffee and Conversation. It's only a 30-minute podcast. You're going to be able to just get a real quick booster to get your day started. 8 a.m. every Tuesday and Thursday. Be able to get on there. That broadcast is actually the morning voice of Emory Winship Cancer Center. My morning show is broadcast through the Cancer Center for Emory Hospital. But it's a great show. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna somebody said he looks like Daryl Coley. I get told that a lot. Believe it or not, I get called that between Daryl Coley and BB Winans. I get that all the time. I do. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about. Y'all remember last week, Monday, we talked about how the scenario started where this lady she posted a meme that basically says once the queen relationships are like chess. Once the queen is off the board, the game is over. And so I debunked that thought. However, what I tried to do was not minimize what she was trying to say. I understand. I 100% got what she was trying to say. The queen is a very, very, very important piece on the board. However, she is she's actually the most flexible part on the board. Now, I don't want to minimize us by saying he's more valuable than she is. And that's what I want to talk about today. That's actually what I want to talk about today. Let me do this. I'm gonna play this song, and then we're gonna be back. We're gonna be back and have this conversation. We're gonna have a really, really good conversation on this topic. This is one of my favorite songs. I don't know if I ever played. I don't know when the last time I played it on this show, but we're gonna play it now. You're listening to Life After the Collar with your boy J Mad on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, and I forgot to tell you all, we have a special guest on the show. Ladies, you have a voice. She's gonna speak for you. However.com, .org, and .net. My Wednesday show is called Life After the Collar Presents Conversations, where everybody is encouraged to communicate on this platform. What do I mean by that? I want you all to really be in the chat room, have a conversation, but I have a special guest that I'm going to introduce. She's going to hold down the ladies' version of what we need to talk about. If you want to chime in, there is an app that I'm on that I'm going to start using on Wednesday night. There is an app that I'm going to start using on Wednesday night called Stereo. It's called Stereo. You'll be able to chime in via this app and be on the show. I have this person, and I'll introduce her after we come back from this musical break, and we'll be ready to go. All right? Holla at your boy. It's all good. It's all gravy. Holla.
I'm just not the same. They say I'm walking different, talking different. It's like all of me has changed. The magic that's in my eyes, I can no longer hide. When they look at me, what they really see is the love you got me feeling like I'm dancing on the ceiling. I can hardly breathe, 'cause you're all I need. So when they
You're listening to Life After the Collar with your boy J Mad on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other platforms that we're on, even Alexa. That's right, Alexa can make it do what it do. Check it out. I want to welcome a special guest tonight that's going to hold it down for the ladies. If you want to be a part of the show, you can always go tonight if you want to go and listen to it on Stereo. This is the app that we're on tonight called Stereo. You can also listen to the show via that. You'll be able to listen to the show via Stereo. What you can do also on that app, you'll be able to record a clip and send it to us through the conversation. But let me do this. I have none other than Dr. Tony Stewart, the world-renowned Dr. Tony Stewart. Dr. Tony, how are you? I was talking to her a few minutes ago. Let me see if she's still there. Dr. Tony, are you there? Dr. Tony. Let me see if I can. She was talking a few minutes ago. I tried to make sure that the app was up and running. Dr. Tony, are you there?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Can you say something again? I don't know how much of a delay it is on there. Let me try something else. That might be better. Dr. Tony, are you there?
Jason?
Yes, are you here?
I can hear you now. Can you say something again? Something again?
There's a huge delay. Let's see if we can get it caught up. Let me do this, and then once I get this set up, I will return to the show. Y'all, we're working out some technical difficulties, as you can see. This is our first time us using Stereo in conjunction with our app. So hopefully this will work this way. Holla at your boy. It's all good. It's definitely all great. Holla.
Last night I saw you standing
You're listening to Life After the Collar with your boy J Mad on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other platforms that we're on, even Alexa. That's right, Alexa can make it do what it do. That was Tevin Campbell, Can We Talk? Y'all remember that jam back in the day? That used to be Tevin Campbell. He fell off for a little while, but then now he's come into his own, and he's actually back into his music career now. I saw him in concert with Jay Henry. I play some of Jay Henry jazz music, vocal jazz music on the show every now and then. They're on the same label. But yeah, that back in the day, that dude right there had the truth going on. That music there was the truth for real. So we back. I think I got everything together. Dr. Tony, are you there?
I am here. I think we're good.
I think we're good. Perfect. I want to introduce you all to Dr. Tony. Dr. Tony is I should have asked you what you wanted me to say about you. And I didn't. But I want to limit it here. She is a certified licensed relationship coach, life coach. Am I correct on saying that?
You are.
All right. And one of the reasons that I ask you, matter of fact, I want you to say hey to everybody and let them know. Just say something to the people and we'll go from there.
Hello, everybody. I am Dr. Tony. I am a certified life coach. I don't like to call myself a life coach. I'm a purpose strategist. I help people pursue their purpose, or discover their purpose, or go further in their purpose. I'm also a county commissioner here in Cumberland County, North Carolina. And I'm a mom and a student and all that other stuff. All right. Well, that's good stuff. Now, let's just go ahead because I'm behind in time, and so it looks like we're gonna have to go a little bit further. We're gonna give a few more minutes, if you don't mind, tonight on the show. Monday, we talked about, and you were on the show, and we talked about. I introduced the show tonight by suggesting what the lady said about the relationship being like a chess game, and that if you lose the queen, you can't win the game. My reply back to her was this: it's not that the queen is the most valuable player on the squad, on the chessboard. The most valuable. The game does not end until the king is captured. That's the whole premise of. Agree. Do you agree with that? I do. Okay. However, I did say that the queen is the most flexible. It's the most flexible player on the board. And even the most powerful player on the board, if I can say it that way, because she can do multiple moves. She can go in any direction that she wants to go to, depending on what the situation is. And her greatest value is that she has the biggest potential in protecting the king. Would you agree with that? Agree. Okay. And so it is in relationship. It is good to have a queen, guys, fellas. It is good to have a queen in your life that is willing to serve in that role. I want y'all to flow with me. I want y'all to flow with me. It's good, guys, to have a queen or a lady in your life that is willing to flow in that job title. However, men, I'm going to start here, and the purpose of the show is that I want to address some things that us men are missing, and us ladies, and not us ladies, the ladies are missing. Here's what I would say. Reason why I put that caveat out. There is a position that a man has to step into to be recognized as a king. If you're not being recognized as a king, how can you expect a lady to be a queen in your life? There are some things, guys, that we need to do to be even considered to be a king. Now, ladies, I want to say this to you all. Sometimes you have. It's one thing when you're young, and ladies, I want y'all to flow with me. I ain't trying to dig on age and all of this stuff. At some age in life, ladies, you shouldn't be looking at potential. There should be a place, a time frame in your life where you said, I'm not looking. When you're young, you have time to say, oh, he has potential. But let's just be honest. There comes a time where either he is or either he's not. Guys, vice versa. In order for us to, once we get to a certain level in life, I can't sit and say, I'm waiting. She has potential to be a queen. I don't have time for that. So tonight I want to talk about, and Dr. Tony is going to address these issues, and she's going to be able to ask questions of me concerning men and vice versa. I'm going to talk about men and how we should be ready to be, what are we missing in being a king? And I'll be able to ask questions to Dr. Tony concerning our vantage point as guys concerning women. So we good to go? You good with that, Dr. Tony?
I am. I do have a question for you already.
Go ahead.
You said at a certain point, women should not be looking for potential. So at some point, or maybe on another show, I want to talk about the difference between potential and vision, because sometimes women see things in men that they have not yet discovered in themselves, and they're willing to ride out on the potential because they see vision. Okay. So we can talk about that now or on another show.
No, we can actually add that in, because I think that is part of the discussion that we need to have, dealing with the difference between potential and vision, because vision well, let's do this. I'll start there, and I'll start right there. There are things, and we'll limit it to vision and potential right now. Okay, is that fair?
That's fair.
Okay. One of the things that a king has to be connected to God first, and he will destroy his entire kingdom. Amen to that. Amen to that. When it comes to a guy, one of the things that I feel that men are lacking is vision. Yet they see the potential in themselves. They see that they can do this. They see that they can, their hands can make these things, that mentally they're smart enough to do these things, and they know that they have potential of doing certain things. However, they don't have the vision to move forward in adjusting in his potential. One of the things that most guys lack, especially our younger guys and even our older guys, us older guys, when we are scattered brain. I think that's the best way I can put it. When we are scattered brain. Say that again.
I said that's good. That's a good word.
Yeah, when we are scatterbrained and we have, there's something down on the inside of us that like, ooh, I can, but we never take the steps. There's a difference between somebody excited about what they see and a person or a man that is saying, I see this and I'm going after it. Those are two different conversations. I can get excited all day long. So from a guy point of view, I would say this. Guys, stop looking at your potential and start giving vision of what you see in your potential. Give vision. In other words, come up with something, write down the plan. If you say I have potential of becoming a great carpenter, I have great potential. I'm in this one group that all we talk about is the stocks. And this one guy, he's really, I was going to use a real wrong. He it's not that he's big in things, but he's educating us, which is taking his potential of what he's potentially able to do and adding vision to it and becoming what he sees. So guys, if there's one thing that I would say is that we are missing vision because we're too consumed with potential. Now I'm gonna turn it over to Dr. Tony. Now, Dr. Tony, I want, if you don't mind, address that when it comes to a lady, and since you brought it up, how women see potential versus vision in men.
Well, as far as potential is concerned, I believe when we see potential, we have it already in our mind what we want in a man, where we want him to line up at. And he may have a vision, but because his potential and vision has not caught up with each other, then we discount them and we kill the vision. Because we may not see the potential, and we end up killing the vision. Now, and I'm not talking about potential like I see you having the potential to get a job. I'm not talking about potential on that level.
Gotcha.
I'm talking grown folks' potential.
Gotcha.
Real grown folks' potential. You have the potential to start this business. You have the potential to do this. I see you in that. I see you doing that. But I think that we have to be careful and that we don't kill the vision because the vision and the potential has not caught up with each other.
Gotcha. Let me dive in deeper. Let me dive deeper into this conversation. This is gonna be good. I think. When should I
told you it's another show.
Well, I know I get it. I get it. Because I want to address the things that, because we're always saying this. The opposite person is not doing this. The opposite, the woman, from a man point of view, the woman is not being this for me. The woman is not being that for the ladies. The man is not giving me this. The man is not giving me this. When do we start? And I guess I can retract this conversation and go in this direction with it then. When do we start saying it's not about what the other person is giving me? It's not what I'm giving myself and what I'm giving out. Is there a place where we start looking at ourselves? Should there be a place, I'll start there. Should there be a place where we should be looking in the mirror instead of saying that there are no more good men out there, there are no more good women out there? Instead of looking in the mirror and says, maybe it's me, or maybe there's some things about me that's not lining up.
Absolutely. Absolutely. If we stop focusing on the other person and see what it is that we bring to the table and respect what the other person is bringing to the table.
Doctor, you finna get in some muddy water. Keep going, though. Keep going.
And then see the potential that we have. that we have, not individually, because when that merging begins and when that merge happens, it's no longer about what I have and what I do and what she does and what she has. It's no longer about that anymore. But if we can get ourselves together and say, this is what I have to bring to the table. I'm not judging you on what you have, because you can only bring what you have. And if it doesn't work for me, then it just doesn't work for me.
Okay. The phrase that you used was bring to the table. I'm going to ask a question that most men, so whether it's the barbershop, whether it's a cigar lounge, whether it's this, that, and the other, wherever I go, and it's mainly guys, there is one topic of discussion that I've had several times, and we aren't able to answer it. Well, we are. But I want to ask you this. Women says that they want a man to bring this to the table, to bring this to the table, to bring this to the table. I need him to be a provider. I need him to be a protector. I need him to be able to be my priest, or the whatever religion you are to be the head or the leader in that area. Those are three areas that I see that women are always looking for to bring to the table. The money, the security, the religious side of it. My question is, what should women bring to the table?
Okay. Let me go back for a second. When I hear women talk about what they want a man to bring to the table, most of the time it's material things. It's finances and material things.
Talk good.
So when, even with a man coming to me feeling like he may be inadequate because of what I have, but I can't provide a house. I got a house. I don't need you to provide me a house. Well, I can't buy a car. I got a car. And I'm not saying that being braggadocious or anything like that. I'm just saying when women talk about what a man brings to the table, they're talking about material things. Yes, they want somebody to be the priest of the home. Yes, they want somebody to provide protection and security and all those other things. Absolutely, they do. But the main thing that I hear women talk about is the material aspect of it. So he can provide and take care of the house and buy you this, that, and the other, but he ain't no good. That's a whole nother conversation. But what a woman should bring to the table, because again, remember, when a woman talks about that, she talks about the material aspect. So what the woman should bring to the table is complete authenticity, her true self. And I always tell women, don't build a stage that you can't perform on. You got him thinking X, Y, and Z, and you still at A, B, and C. But if we're honest with ourselves and bring that authenticity to the relationship, then we can start somewhere. But we start off in the game because we're so used to playing the game. And then when that merge takes place, our equilibrium is off.
Because we have two different things that we're trying to bring to the table.
And what's real is what's going to come out.
Gotcha. So you're saying this, and I have ladies over here. Facebook is gone, so I can't. I'm not gonna even try to set up Facebook back up. Let me see if I can go back and read some of this stuff. You may see the potential, but he has to have the desire. Amen. The same. It's a contract marriage. Both sides must gain. Both sides must have gain. I see women settling just to have those material things and are miserable. Good stuff. I can provide for me. I need someone mental and emotional things as well. Okay, so let's go with where you were. You said, and I may paraphrase. You saying that the woman should bring the best her to the table.
Absolutely.
Is that the best way to say what you said? So is it good? Is it good? And will a woman? So a woman should recognize that the woman is bringing the best her to the table. The guy should look at her when he says, "Yeah, that's her right there." He should not expect anything other than her bringing the best her to the table. Is that correct?
Correct. And I'm assuming that when he says, yes, that's her, it's because he's removed all the superficial things.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
He's removed all of those things out of the way, and he has taken an opportunity to let time do what time does, and that is reveal.
Great word. Great.
Then he notices.
Yes.
That's her.
Okay. So would it be fair? Would it be fair that women should expect the same thing? That she should not worry about if he's being a provider, if he's being a protector, and if he's being a priest. The only thing he's doing is being the best him he can be.
No, you're going too far. You said we shouldn't worry about that. No, you're going too far.
Okay, because I'm getting no. I'm going right where I want to be. I'm going. Go ahead. You.
I'm not saying don't worry about it, because see, we got to meet each other where we are.
Okay.
And if I'm saying I'm okay that you can't pay the mortgage, I pay it. If that's what I'm saying, then I need to be okay with that.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
But we got to be honest with each other. I'm not saying, no, you ain't got to bring, just tell me, I need you to be able to do something too. I appreciate your honesty, and I need you to be honest. I appreciate your transparency.
But there's other things that you need out of him.
There's other things that I need. You can't be sorry and honest.
So let's go back. I'm 100 with you. I just wanted to I'm making the playing field level. So
okay.
I want to revisit my original statement. A woman wants a man to, bring something to the table. You just said, hold up now. I ain't saying that don't bring nothing to the table. Just be the best you could be. You got to bring something. And financial is a part of it. You got to be able to do something financial. You have to do something protective. You have to do something spiritual. What should a woman, other than bringing yourself to the table? I'm going to say something. I'm going to make a statement. I'm going to make a statement. And I'm going to offend women. I am going to offend you with this statement. I didn't make it. I did not make this statement. It is something that was said on social media. It was in a group that I was in. I love my groups because I get into in-depth conversation. And the meme said this. Wait a minute. You want me to put you in a big house, put you in a fine car, have this much money so you can go get whatever you want to do, and the only thing you're going to offer me is some pee? The only thing you're bringing to me is pee? And y'all know what the P stand for. Ladies, don't get silent on me now. I didn't say it. It was a intense discussion that we had. So what is it that women should bring to the table?
Women also bring to the table, because a lot of men say that at the end of the day, when a man is ready to find a queen, he acknowledges the fact that he can get pee anywhere.
Boom! There it is. There it is.
Anywhere.
Let's talk. Let's go down this road here. Keep going. I'm good. Go ahead.
So because he can get that anywhere, he's looking for something else. So yeah, we have to bring something else to the table. The woman provides covering as well to the man. The woman provides safety and security. She sets the tone for her home. When he out there fighting Negroes out in the street and just trying to make it, he come home. That's his place of safety. She sets the atmosphere for the house, not him.
Mm-hmm.
Not him. And it's not about, oh, she got the food on the table. Every man don't need that.
Mm-hmm.
She washed my clothes. Every man don't need that. But if she provides in the area of his weakness,
Mm-hmm.
that may not happen in the home, but also out of the home, if she's able to bring him that balance, that's what he's looking for, not the good pig.
Mm-hmm. Somebody
so, yeah,
said,
we bring something else to the table.
I can't see the, my glasses is in the other room. I can read it. Women should bring, go ahead.
No, I was getting ready to read it because.
Go ahead, read it then. Read it.
So Brown Sugar says, truth, love, honesty is what I need a man to bring to the table. 100.
Mm-hmm.
You bring the eggs, I'll bring the grits. That's good.
Yeah, that's where I want to go. Keep reading.
Okay. So Ms. Ford said, set the table and see if he or she has what's needed to complete the table. That's real good right there. Remove the gender and see if we can complete this thing. That's good. Y'all talking good. Abby says, I agree with the statement, the best of her.
Mm-hmm.
Jackie says, women should bring everything he brings to the table, emotionally, mental support, and even financial.
Okay, that's the part I wanted to read.
Brown Sugar said, every man eats. I love it.
Yes, every man eats.
Everybody got to eat.
So, can we, ladies and gentlemen, can we agree that what we are both looking for is somebody that, one, compliments me? And what I'm not talking about verbally saying you're beautiful, you're this. No. Where I'm weak, she's strong. Where I'm strong, where she's weak, I'm strong. When we stop, which is irritating to me and has become irritating to me, when we stop saying that men should do this and women should do this, we're not living in our grandparents' days anymore. Let me help y'all out. Let me help out all of the ladies out that says, I need a man that pays all the bills. Well, the woman that had that back in the day did not have a checking account because women weren't allowed to have checking accounts and bank accounts. She had to, when she wanted to go to the store, because he paid all of the bills. When she wanted to go to the store for something, she had to ask him for money. Now, are you willing? Are you willing? If you want him to do all of that, are you willing to do what your grandmama or your great-grandmama did? Let's just have this real. If we're going to have this conversation, let's have it. Because there's one thing to say, oh, I want my man to pay all the bills. Well, he will. But that man should expect when he gets home, a hot meal is on the table. Not from no microwave, not from no fast food. I'm talking about made with love, because when grandmama used to cook, she made it with love, even though my granddaddy was a butthole at times. He grew out of it.
We can't put nothing in the microwave with love.
No. Not and feed me. Look. No. Not unless it's some popcorn. And see, here I'm sharing with since everybody's on. I'm gonna share with y'all. I don't do leftovers. I just don't like leftovers. Now my grandmama used to have leftovers growing up, but guess what? Grandmama didn't put it in the microwave the next day. Grandmama brought all the pots back out, and she reheated it on the stove. And she put more love into it because it would taste differently when she reheated, because she would have to add some more things. But it look, y'all got me.
They said, but they didn't have all of that back then.
No, they didn't. They didn't. I agree.
So you can't. So you can't use that.
And women
They
did,
didn't have that
and
back
women
then. I get what you're saying.
and women didn't work back then. Women stayed at home and cooked and cleaned. But women don't want that now because women's live happen.
I agree. I agree with you.
And ladies, there is nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong with you going out, having a job, being successful in your career, attaining the financial levels that many people aspire to get to. But please understand, because you're making that type of money, you are required to help the household. Because what you just did was, when you said you want him to do it, you did it instead. Now you're telling him, let's be partners in this. And there's nothing wrong with it. But you can't say you spend all of your money and I'm going to take my money and do whatever I want to do with it. Somebody just said, man, whoever gets home first, cook. And we can cook together. Look,
go back.
I'm with you.
Let me go back, Jason.
Go ahead.
Let me go back because I know you're not going back. Abby said, that's what I'm talking about. Women need to cook. But wait a minute, I love leftovers. Brown Sugar said he's wearing the crown and I'm his queen 100% across the board. Then Miss Ford said what you said, whoever get home first or we can cook together. I absolutely agree, because sometimes I don't think that, and that was just her opinion, and I understand that, but I think that the problem that we get in relationships is where we talked about what need to be done and who need to be the one doing it. When whatever area is your strength, then you do that. And whatever area is my strength,
there you go.
Let me do that.
There you go.
And then it's whatever works for the two of you. But we have gotten to the place of grandmama and granddaddy, and we are not grandmama and granddaddy.
Right. Let's read. I want to read what. I want to read what Miss Ford, I think that's what it said. Miss Ford says, tear down the walls of traditions and adapt.
Be
when if
bendable.
the process in this whole ordeal is learning that what grandmama had, you're not going to get anymore. That lifestyle, because in order to get what grandmama had, you got to do what grandmama did. If a guy wants what grandmama was, he has to do what granddaddy did. And if you're not in that space, look, open your eyes and see that we're in a totally different area. We live in a totally different space and time. And we miss it sometimes because we're too busy trying to say, I want my king, and my king is supposed to do this. My king is supposed to be that. I want a queen, and my queen is supposed to do this, and my queen is supposed to do that, when we're comparing it to something that's unrealistic.
Right. And superficial.
Here, and I'm gonna add into something that we talked about on the last show too, or maybe the show before last. We talked about how these corporate women, that's professional women, and they ask, where do I find a good man? The problem with this thing is that they're saying that they can't find a good man. It's not that they can't find a good man. It's saying they're saying that they can't find a man that meet their standards, whether it's looks, whether it's money. There was a discussion earlier today on some radio show. I don't know what it was. And the conversation was, oh, they were complaining that the corporate man, the professional men, the higher up in the professional world, they were dating the secretaries and the clerks, and they weren't dating the other professional women that was on their level. Here's why. They did not see where they fit in your life. You showed them, all of your actions showed that they don't fit. They do not. If you're looking for this, if you're looking for that, if you're looking for this, and you set this standard for yourself, you have to accept the fact that you said you want this, 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 and this. And when that man recognizes he can't give you this, 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 and this, why are you upset that those guys are not paying any attention to you? Why is that even an issue? You limit yourself because, and a lot of times, it's not even anything deep. You 5'2", talking about I only date 6 feet, and because you can't find a 6-foot guy that's worth 2 cents, now you mad saying that there are no good guys. Well, how about finding a 5'2" dude that can look in your eyes?
Right.
If you're a midget, stop. Go ahead, Dr. Tony.
But I think when women say, or men say, there are no good men or women anywhere, my first thought is, where are you looking? And the second thought is, you getting what you put out. Indeed.
Talk good.
That energy, that's you can't, if that's all you're drawing are men that are no good, then they see something in you that's relatable.
So the problem ain't the man. It's the person that
ain't the man.
If you keep bringing the same type of person around.
Right. I remember when I was in my early mid-20s and somebody would say, like, hey, shorty, or something like that to me, I'm like, either something's wrong with me or you overconfident. Because there is no way in the world you should be talking to me like that. But I check myself. Because I'm like, what, wait? And I'm just, most of the time I was just assuming they had, a lot of confidence. But, what am I doing? Where am I at that makes a person feel comfortable enough to talk to me that way?
Right.
If that's not what I'm giving out. But if we consistently, constantly drawing the same type of people, we need to check ourselves.
Let me tell you something. When I got to the point, and this has been the last 3 years, maybe 4 years now, I went through a bad breakup, and I had an epiphany. Did I say that word right?
You did.
Okay. I had one of those. And that thought was this. They have all been the same. It may have been a different situation, but the characteristic of the woman that I was dating, or the lady that I was dating, had the same characteristic. The only common denominator in all of those relationships was me. And so I had to get to a place where I said, you know what, let me check me. Because it's a vibe that I'm giving off. It's something that I'm doing. If there was one time, and I'm not going to get into that story, but there was one situation when I was younger. I was 19. It started happening when I was 19. It happened all the way up till I was like 24. And I said, wait a minute. Is Boo Boo the Fool stamped on my forehead? And I had to realize I was putting out a vibe that people were comfortable enough to address me this way, or come at me this way, or bring this to my doorstep. And it wasn't until I looked in the mirror and said, "Wait a minute, Shorty Doo-Wop, maybe it ain't them." If you look like that's what you want, and you putting off that vibe, that's what they're gonna give you. You're listening to Life After the Collar with your boy J-Man on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other platforms that we're on. Even Alexa, that's right, Alexa can make it do what it do. Since I started the show late, and with some technical difficulties, I'm gonna give you about 25 more minutes on the show tonight. So y'all stay tuned. We're gonna be right back. I need to get me something to drink. I'm getting thirsty. Y'all, I got a case of water in here somewhere. It's over there. Oh, behind me. That I started keeping water in here. So, y'all do this. Let me get me something to drink. I'll let you, boy. It's all good. It's all right. You're listening to Life After the Collar with your boy J-Mad on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other platforms that we're on. Even Alexa can make it do what it do. We have Dr. Tony in the house today. We're having a really great conversation about relationship what a man should expect, what a woman should expect. I want to do this, and I kind of want to adjust the conversation to what I see going on in Spreaker. Let me start here, and this is something that I had to learn for myself. I had to learn to be happy for myself. Happiness and joy does not come from the outside. If I say this woman makes me happy, that means that whenever that person is upset or does not want to be who they are, or they do something, my happiness and my joy is destroyed because it's attached to somebody else. When I learned that my happiness and my joy has to reside in me, that way nothing that anybody comes my way, and I don't care what position that person has in my life, you do whatever you want to do. Be you. Do you, boo. But what you're not going to do is take away my joy and happiness. What would you say about that, Dr. Tony?
Our happiness is never predicated on someone else's happiness. They add to what you already have. That's all they do. They complement what's already there. Your happiness and joy, it can never be predicated on somebody else, because then you are robotic. You are emotionally off balance because your happiness is based upon where they are. They have a good day, that means you have a good day. They have a bad day, that means you're going to have a bad day. You're going to have some consistency in your life, and that comes with you. You determine.
Say that again. Yeah. Go right there. Go say it again. Go.
You determine how your day is going to be. You determine your attitude. You determine what it is that happens emotionally with you. Again, that other person simply adds to. Together, you guys are experiencing a different type of happiness that comes with a person. But at the end of the day, if ain't nobody there, you got to be happy with yourself, or you'll be constantly trying to find the next high.
Wow.
And every time that person lets you down or disappoints you or has a bad day, then you have a bad day, then you on to the next one.
Wow.
You'll be chasing a high that you'll never find, because you can never run away from yourself, because at the end of the day, the person that you're going to be stuck with is yourself.
At the end of the day, the only person that, when you go to bed, you could have a person, a Negro beside you. But when you close your eyes and when ain't nobody talking, that's just you. And your peace and your joy and your happy. God said, I give you perfect peace. That joy part, you're going to have to work that out on your own. And that's getting to know you. And then I'm getting ready to say something that's gonna hurt some church doctrine and theology and teaching. When you get to the point where you say that person is not for you, stop wasting your time.
And their time too.
And their time too. That's all you're doing. You're wasting your time and you're adding to misery. Sometimes you got to know when, come on, who's that? Kenny Rogers. You got to know when to fold them.
Know when to hold them and know when to fold them.
You gotta know when to hold them, know when to walk away, know when to stay. You can't sit there. You cannot allow years to be wasted. And now you are 60 and 70 years old talking about I wasted my life. I wish I would have. Well, if you wish you would right now, do it. But let me make this caveat. When you make your decision, Whatever decision you make in life, let me help somebody else. I feel this in my shando. Whatever decision you make in your life in your younger years, be willing to accept it when you're older. As the years go on, understand that whatever choice you make in life, wherever that choice may lead, please understand you got to live with that choice. If you decide to live with that person all of those years, understand that's what you decided to do. You can't wait till you're 70 and now you're mad at the whole world because you made a choice to stay there. Or you made a choice to do this, or you made a choice to do that. One of the greatest choices I made in my life was joining the military at 19. I retired at 38. For the rest of my life, I get a good check coming in every first of the month, and I ain't got to work for it. I just got to wake up on the first to make sure it's there. That was a unconscionable. I wasn't thinking about, but it just happened to work out for me. But it's the same with every other choice that I made in life. There were some choices I made in life that I had to go back to my sons and apologize to them about because I showed them some things in life or in dating that I should have been a better example for them. So I went back, and these after years, and now they're grown. They were grown, and I had to go back and apologize and say, look, I made a bad decision in showing you this. And now I'm seeing that some of the traits that I showed you, y'all are doing. And so I don't want you to turn around and make the same mistakes that I did. Sometimes we just have to own up to the decisions that we made. If I get it. I get it. Sometimes you feel like you won't be able to make it without him or her. You won't be able to do this. How would you know if you don't try? How would you know if you don't try? Go ahead, Dr. Tony.
Well, I think that we got to take some time to do some inner searching. There's a reason we made the decisions that we made. We got to be woman enough to own those decisions and just walk it out, whatever the case may be. But we got to understand why we stayed if we stayed so long. Why did we stay? And with women begin to discover who they are later on in life.
Oh, wow.
And then they realize, wait a minute, I don't even know me. So I don't know what I'm like outside of him because I don't even know who I am. I don't know what I like. I know what I do. I know what I am, but I don't even know me. Who am I? As a woman, not as a mom, not as an employee, not as a church mother, not as a preacher. Who is the woman looking in the mirror? And when we get that, it ain't about all this other stuff. It ain't about nobody else. We begin to put things in their place once we discover who the woman is.
TikTok Cop, what's going on with you? I got 10 more minutes. I'm gonna do 10 more minutes, Dr. Tony, and I just feel something. I feel something, and I want you to continue that conversation. You said something about it's later on in life that a woman wakes up one morning and says, wait a minute. That's not me, or I want it to be this. I want it to be that. If for the last 10 minutes, can you sow into the women in that area? Encourage them. And those that are not following Dr. Tony on TikTok, make sure you're following Dr. Tony on TikTok. She has a Get Over It Wednesday that she Hump Day Wednesday that she does on her Facebook and on her TikTok. I think it's. Are you doing it on Instagram as well?
I am on Instagram. I am Dr. Tony.
But are you doing your Hump Day on Instagram? or just Facebook and
I
TikTok?
am Dr. Tony.
Okay. So do this. Follow her. If you're not following her, make sure you follow her. But I want you. I'm gonna give this last 10 minutes to you because I just feel something. When there's a place that a woman gets to where she says, "Wait a minute, that ain't me. I missed out." Can you sow into those women there? And I'll when you're done, I'll end the show.
There's technical difficulties again, Jason.
Can you hear me? Okay. So I may have.
I don't know if you can hear me or not.
I can hear you. What I'll do is I'll just keep it going. Here's what I want. I want for everyone to get. My desire is this. My desire is that all of us, whether you are male or female, my desire is that we, and for whatever reason, the beginning of the year, I've been at this spot. And this spot is called the mirror. I think we miss out on a lot of things in life because, one, we're too busy judging what somebody else is not doing rather than looking in the mirror and saying, first of all, what am I not doing? Second of all, what I can do better. Third of all, what makes me happy? What brings me joy? What brings me peace? And when we get to a place where we center our lives in that space, in that time, we're able to move forward and be that person that we want to bring to the table. You remember earlier we was talking about bring that person to the table, be that person in the relationship. If you're gonna bring anything to the table, bring all of you. Bring all of you. Dr. Tony, I think we're good right now. Are you good?
Yeah, I hear you.
Go.
I'm gonna give a little preview of where I was, and I know that if I was that I'm always somewhere for reasons other than myself. So there came a time in my life where I came to a crossroads. The crossroads was who everybody expected me to be, and doing everything they expected me to do, and who Tony really was. And Tony did not know who she was. Tony didn't know she knew what she did. She knew she was an elder of the church. She knew that she had, was educated. She knew all these other things, but she did not know her. And so it took some real conversations with me to say, aside from everybody else, aside from everything else, who is Tony? And I had to be honest with myself because I had sold some things into me that were not good. I had allowed other people to sow things into me that was not well. And so I had to throw all of that stuff up. Everything. I threw everything up and then then I had to deal with what was left. And then I had to build myself back up to where Tony was comfortable with Tony. Everybody didn't have to agree with me. Everybody didn't have to like me. People put expectations on me and I performed accordingly. But there comes a time in your life that you have to say, you know what? I got to be honest with myself. God did not create me to be what they wanted me to be. He created me to be who he wanted me to be. And I cannot be true to my purpose or my calling if I am doing what everybody else wants me to do and be. You got to be honest with yourself, be authentic with yourself, be ready to ask yourself some really hard questions. And the last person you need to lie to when you ask yourself those questions is yourself. And we're accustomed to lying to ourselves. Wow. We're accustomed to lying to ourselves because we say the things that other people will say. And we say the things that's going to make us feel good. It won't hurt us so much, but sometimes, just, we talk about this. Sometimes we have to allow ourselves to bleed out so that we can handle so that we can deal with what's really there. Deal with the core issues that you're dealing with in your life. We keep putting Band-Aids on stuff. That's when we lie to ourselves. Oh, it ain't hurting that bad. I ain't cut that bad. It ain't bleeding that bad. But then you end up in a relationship, and then there's a trigger, and then you bleeding again. And then we deal with emotional, I call emotional bipolar. We become emotionally bipolar because we in and out. We don't know who we are. We don't know what we're doing. We don't know if we coming or going, and we doing all this extra stuff because we have not dealt with that one person that has the most influence over us, and that's us. Take some time to heal. Take some time to be honest. I take some time. Go ahead.
I appreciate that conversation, and whether you're a man or a female, we hurt differently. There are certain things that affects us. Men, we deal with our egos. Women, you all deal with your emotions, and there are things that affects us. I would suggest that let me change my mic now. I would suggest that as we move forward in life, look, this conversation tonight, is it going to change you tomorrow? No. There's still some work that you have to do. There's still some work that you're going to have to put in. There's still some hurts that you're going to have to feel. There's some disappointments that you're going to have to overcome. There's some shortcomings in your life that you're going to have to deal with. It's not going to happen overnight. The problem with a lot of us is we're trying to make our life better instantly. I'm 48 years old. It took me 48 years old to become the asshole that I am today. It took me 48 years to become the asshole that I am today. And it's going to take me some time to unravel some of the stupidity stuff that I have. Now, watch this. I understand, and one of the things that Dr. Tony was saying, the expectation of other folks. I understand that other folks want you to be this way, want you to be that way, want you to be this way. But look, baby, if it ain't in my repertoire, I ain't got time to force it in there right now. I got to clean house for myself. Because the things that happen to me, there are some things that happen to us that we didn't ask for. We didn't ask for molestation or rape or things like that to be. I suffer. I deal with PTSD because I was in the military. I suffer from having to the stuff that I did in the military that I would never talk about. No one would ever know those are things that I had to do just to make it back home. There's things that in our life that we are not proud of. There's some things that you all have done in your life that you may be complaining about the woman that's in your life or the guy that's in your life. But truth be told, the foundation of that problem is not him or her. The foundation of the problem is you. If you want to kill everything, you got to dig up the root. If you want foolishness in your life to stop growing, dig up the root. In other words, get to the root of the problem. And 9 times out of 10, the root of the problem is you. There's some things that you're going to have to forgive. There's some people that you're going to have to forgive. It's easy to forgive other folks. It is easier to forgive other folks. The hardest person to forgive in this world is ourselves. Because first of all, we don't want to admit I made a dumb decision. So my point in my conversation tonight is this. Let's take who we are, what we are, where we are. Take inventory. If you want to know where to start, all of the people that are listening in tonight, whether you're listening live or whether you're going to watch or listen to the podcast later on. And by the way, you're listening to Life After the Collar with your boy J-Man on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other platforms that we're on. If you want to know where to start by giving inventory. Start with writing down a list that affected you in life. Take inventory of it. But be prepared. I want you all to understand this. In order to be better in life, I don't care what relationship you're in. I don't care if it's your job relationship. I don't care if it was a church. I don't care if it's a love relationship. I don't care if it was a friendship or whatever. Unless you are willing to deal with you, the hell with everything else. Everything else is going to be off balance because you're off balance. I can't, if you come up to me and try to lean on me and I'm already unbalanced, what do you think is going to happen? We're both going to end up on the ground. But if I'm stable enough to stand on my own 2 feet because I realize who I am, where I am, and what I'm doing, when that person that may come along in my life and may need some guidance and may need some stability, and I can help that other person, but guess what? I'm helping you, but you're not going to affect me. If it comes to the point where I need to move my hand and let you fall, that's what's going to happen. I'm not going to fall with you, but that's a place we have to learn to get to. It is what it is. Hey, I want to thank you all so much for joining me tonight. And Dr. Tony, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight on Life After the Collar. Do you have some final words for the people tonight?
I think you summed it up. You did great. Great show. Thank you for allowing me to join in with you and your listeners. I know that there are gonna have people that are gonna request how to get in contact with you. Is there a contact email that they can get with you, or a specific area that you would rather for them to contact you on, whether it's for life, what you call it, strategy, purpose strategist? Strategist. Yeah, just they can find me on Facebook under Dr. Tony Stewart, and you can send me a message. I'm pretty good with checking my messages, or on TikTok, I am Dr. Tony. Instagram, I am Dr. Tony. And you can leave me a message there, and then if you're interested in going further, then we can discuss that at another time. All right. Look, I appreciate you. Hey, thank you all so much for hanging out with me tonight. I'm going to play this song. Again, I think I played it at the end of Monday's show. I'm going to play it tonight. After I play this, I'm going to play my closing song, but I want to play this. And as y'all listen to this song, address this conversation to you. Teddy Pendergrass says, when somebody loves you back, you should be the one that loving yourself back. All right? Holla at your boy. It's all good. It's definitely all gravy. Holla.
It's so good loving somebody, and somebody loves you back. To be loved and be loved in return, it's the only thing that my heart desires. Just appreciate the little things I do. Oh, you're the one who's got me inspired. Keep on lifting me higher. So good, loving somebody, and somebody loves you back. It's so good, needing just a little bit more. It's so good. Loving somebody and somebody loves you back. And that's a fact. It's so good. Wanting somebody and somebody wants you back. Said it's so good. Desires. Just appreciate little things I do. Oh, you're the one who's got me inspired. Keep on lifting me higher. So good, loving somebody and somebody loves you back, and that's a fact. It's so good, needing somebody and somebody needs you back. Now 70-30, now 60-40, talking about a 50-50 love. Said it's so good, loving somebody and somebody loves you back, yeah. Said now 70-30, now 60-40. Talking about a 50-50 love, yeah. It's so good, good. Loving somebody and somebody loves you back. It's so good, good.
J-Mad is not your everyday lunch partner. He's all the way raw.
How are you going to say Black Lives Matter when the only reason you come out is when cops kill us and we don't come out when we kill ourselves? That's crazy, man.
He's all the way real.
The truth? You can't even handle the truth.
And most of all, he has his priorities right.
I want the Falcons and the Hawks to be my pallbearers at my funeral. That way they can let me down just one last time.
J-Mad gives it to you big.
Yeah, you need that real talk. Well, J-Mad, he got ya. Right here doing God's work, bringing life after the collar. Hey, radio show, and he's doing it big. You just can't ignore. J-Mad, bringing you the word. Just holler at your boy. Hey, life after the collar with J-Mad.